Welcome to my tips for the AFL. Let's have a quick look at how we did last round. We didn't do too bad predicting the winners. We had 8 out of 9, which is good for tipping comps. Unfortunately, we lost that close game, which was Collingwood versus Brisbane. Looking at the handicaps, it struggled again this week, only tipping 4 out of the 5, which isn't great. The overall record for that is 70 out of 146 compared to our 111 from 146 for tipping the winner. So that 70 is really just within random variance there and shows there's not much of an edge on the handicaps. Just tipping all of them using the lines that we have there, which means our lines are probably pretty close to reality. Having a look at how our bets went last week, we had 2 value bets. One of them lost, meaning that we ended up down 0.45 units on the value bets, but we did make 1.32 units on the 18 plus predicted margin bets. So that takes that total up to 6.32. We also had one bet that met both of those criteria. It was a winner with the Western Bulldogs, and that brought the loss that we're showing on both of the methods choose it back to only a loss of 0.89. Okay, so looking pretty good overall. Having 111 wins, 1 draw out of 146 is a fairly good strike rate. Now, I did actually have a look this week. Had you decided to back every selection since I started, which I think was round 4, at the odds which I have put in here, which are available in the market when I do the video, you pretty much came out in front. You were up by just over a couple of units. Had you gone and backed them based on the percentage chance of winning versus the odds, it was a much better result. You ended up getting a profit of around 12 units, so not looking too bad there at all. And next year, when the AFL comes up, I will recommend some staking, and we may look at it putting something on each of the games to see how we go. Okay, so jumping into round 22, which is a very interesting round, given that most games are fairly easy to pick. So starting with the first game there, it's Hawthorn versus Collingwood. We've gone Collingwood again, even though they lost for us last week. Chance, I've got them at 52%. The market has them at a much higher percentage there, with the odds being $1.86. The predicted margin for me is 1 point. I can't split these two teams right now based on the way Collingwood is playing. But the market has the handicap at 7.5 points. Let's have a look. Geelong versus Essendon. I've gone Geelong 91%, 50-point margin. Odds are $1.02. They're going to win that game. Richmond versus St Kilda. I've gone St Kilda. I've got them at a margin of 17 points. The market has them at 21.5. The odds of $1.31 there. St Kilda should win that game fairly easy. We will see what happens there. Brisbane versus Sydney. I've gone Brisbane, 75% chance of winning there. I've got them at 24-point margin. The odds there at $1.25 are not too bad for that kind of margin. The market has it about the same at 26 points. Carlton versus Gold Coast. I have Gold Coast winning here at 61%, just under 2 goals. Very different to what the market has here. The market has Gold Coast winning by almost 5 goals. So maybe I have underestimated what is going to happen in this game, but the market does think Gold Coast has an easy win here. Port Adelaide versus Fremantle. I've gone Fremantle. I've got 60% again, under those 2 goals at 9 points. The market again has them up at 27 points. So the market and what I have for these last two games with Gold Coast and Fremantle are very different. Will be interesting to see how those games go. But I do think Fremantle should win this, if only just with the 9 points. Odds of $1.24 are not great, given I think it's only going to be 9 points. GWS versus North Melbourne. I have gone GWS. I have them at 82%. The predicted margin is 35. It's a fairly large margin. That's almost 6 goals. But the odds are $1.06, which is absolutely terrible. Market has them at 50 points. Melbourne versus Western Bulldogs. I've obviously got the Western Bulldogs here at 69%. I've got them right on the 3 goal mark. Now, $1.29 for 3 goals is pretty good. The market has them as 4. So that will be a bet for us as well. West Coast versus Adelaide. I have Adelaide at 89% with a 47-point predicted margin. $1.04 is the odds. So you're not getting much to bet on these games. And the handicap is over 10 goals. So pretty sure Adelaide wins that one fairly easy. So if we have a look here at the 18 plus, you're going to be betting on Geelong, Brisbane, GWS, Western Bulldogs, and Adelaide. If you want to go a little bit safer, you could leave Western Bulldogs out, but given it hit the 18 points, I will be backing that one in there. Now, if we do get that, looking at the odds there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we're only looking at 0.66 of a unit in profit. I don't believe there are any value bets. No, there is no value bets this week. That is because it is very hard to get value bets when the games are so one-sided, and the market doesn't agree with how close we think the Hawthorn and Collingwood game is. But as I said, we've got these 5 games. If we get all those, it will be a 0.66 profit for the round. Let's see how we go. Good luck. If you haven't seen my NRL bets, have a look at that. If you haven't seen the new cricket bets, which I have been putting up for test matches, we had a very large win with India winning this week at odds of $4, with a stake size of 300. So the profit in that has exploded. So look out for that video. I will try to get one up in the next couple of days to give an update on how that strategy is going. But all of the rules have been provided. You can follow it without following my videos. But if you want to see how it performs real time, the videos are there so you can actually see it week to week, match to match, and how it is going. Okay, thanks everybody. If you're having a bet, good luck. If you're not subscribed, don't forget to subscribe because we're getting close to the end of the year with these comps, and you will miss out on seeing the tips next year if it doesn't pop up on your feed again. So subscribe so that you can see this year on year as I keep putting the tips out. And then you can follow and hopefully be profitable alongside. Okay, thanks and good luck.